All right, so it's still not the final one. Anyways, that's to describe, as my dog plays with the bone in the background, only marginal, small little things in a very closed off environment that is only adding in something to interact with it in a frame of reference point that is not accounting for it in its own right having itself interacted with, which basically destroys their idea that there's no causality. It means that it's causalitying itself. And as it interacts in a significant enough manner for us to then detect, then it looks like it finally did something. Which, by the way, we would have a lot more interactive forces because there's so many different things going on that for sure it's there. Which is why locality is a weird one to me, especially when it comes down to real, versus not real, and going to cause versus causing. And this is another reason why language is so damn important when it comes down to these very concepts. Language is a hard one. I talked about it when it came down to the pedantic nature of physicists lingo when it comes down to its interference, not interaction, which you knew what I meant anyways. You know what I mean? And it's like, but it is interacting. It's not really interfering with itself. Interaction is creation. Interfering is destruction. And some of it's technically doing both of those at the same time. And we're talking about quantum wave fluctuations, which, by the way, they only look like wavy things because we look like wavy things, which then itself means that it's wavy as fuck in its own right. But if you add in a bunch of reference frames and a multitude of different directions and dimensionality aspects and calculate for all of them, meaning fields and so on, then effectively you're just allowing for a spike to form that is the pressure wave spike that you can see as it travels. And the given energy that must be there and the way it has slightly higher degrees of pressure here and there would allow for you to get closer and closer to those individual little subatomic particles like a electron or quark or so on and so forth. Which means Heisenberg, while could be still very right, it's one of those things where it's like it depends on what frame of reference point and how accurate it is and how freaking flipping, hard you try. It's feeling like to me, because then it's like, oh yeah, no, but we only interacted this hard with this very low interactive area.